Everything. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Charlie from Vasoki Entertainment, and today we are reviewing the triple eviction of Big Brother 22. I believe this is the first time it has happened in Big Brother US, and it's happened 2 or 3 times in Canada. So it's pretty interesting stuff. I'm not sure if it went down how everyone thought it would, or if this is exactly what people predicted would happen in Kevin, David, and Danny. Maybe it is. um, But yeah, I don't know if the guys are coming in or out this feed. I don't know what the plan is with that. I should probably keep an update on that just to see if they are. But I'm just going to keep it fluent because we don't really know with Thursdays anymore if people's schedules line up. So it might just be me. So just give me any of your thoughts on the show. You know, I couldn't believe the thing that stuck out to me. I couldn't believe that they left Nicole on the block twice, a former winner, and voted out David over her, and voted out Danny. And Danny, I can see. I could see theoretically why you could make the point to me why you would pick Danny over her. Sure. David? How that is inexcusable. How could you vote David out over Nicole, the former winner? And yet, you know, they were getting all angry at David for winning the 10K, right? Nicole's won 500K over them already. I mean, hey, it is what it is, you know. I can't say I'm too shocked with the way that the season's gone. It seems like everyone on Twitter all week was predicting these would be the three, and sure enough, it was. I'm going to pull up the there we go. Nope, shit. All right. I was going to put up the little placement card we got here. All right. I think Memphis wanted David out. Memphis wanted David out on principle, which was crazy. Just honestly, like what was his beef with David? It's so weird. Yes, let me vote out David, who hasn't won, versus Nicole, who's a former winner. Why? How? It's just strange. You know, it's I don't know. Is it to be expected like that? Really? But here, as you guys can see, we were all 2-2-2 going into the night, and Brady got slammed on the triple eviction. Brady lost everyone he had. Tough. That's a tough call right there. I'll be honest. I don't know who's geared up to. I mean, probably Garrett, right? Either Christmas is gonna go this week, or I think Cody or Tyler are winning this game. We've been saying it since night one, man. Like the fact that Cody and Tyler weren't evicted instantly, or like, you know, even targeted, was kind of crazy. You know, I know I'm not kind of rambling here. I haven't done a show on my own ever on Big Brother, so I'm kind of winging it. I wanted to touch on something that has kind of been bothering me about the season. Some people online, they talk about it. Some people are trying to avoid it. It's the fact, this pregame alliance, right? This committee pregame alliance that absolutely ran through the show. They ran through the show to a point where they couldn't anymore. Literally got down to the final 7. And they're not going to take out... See, Enzo's with Cody and all those guys, so they're not going to take a shot at him. I'm just like... I'm so torn on this pregame alliance, and you see David and Dan getting absolutely torched online. Like, just getting absolutely torched because of it. And what's crazy is part of me feels like they kind of deserve it. Like, that pregame alliance ruined this season. The fact that Memphis was in it, Memphis was able to, you know, drag everyone along that was in the older crowd, if you will. I mean, they clearly planned it out smart. I mean, it worked in their eyes to the best that it could. I don't think it could work much better. But hell, it was very interesting to say the least. But yeah, guys. Keisha, or anyone else that's in here, who do you guys want to win this season? I honestly, you know what? I don't know why I still get my hopes up, but there was a part of me for a split second that actually thought Enzo would vote out Nicole, and might actually change the season a little bit there. Like he would vote her out when David was on. Messaging Brady right now. Think he's gonna hop in. So yeah, these guys, pretty much we'll for sure be here for finale night. Like I can guarantee you that. I can't guarantee the rest of the season. Unfortunately, it didn't work out how we wanted it to. But hey, that's how it works sometimes, right? I don't know. I guess if I had to pick someone to root for, I'm rooting for Tyler. I think we should definitely vote Davon for America's favorite player. She made the only All-Star move this season, right? And win against the majority alliance. It's tough, guys. It's tough to watch. I know a lot of people that I mutually follow on Twitter and mutually talk with. They've already stopped watching, and I'm like, I can't blame them. I really can't at this point. And I'm with you, Keisha. Tyler should win. I don't like anyone else. And Enzo tonight? What the hell was that? How do you... Oh, it's so frustrating. Because you can tell Tyler and Christmas clearly trying to make a push to... They clearly try to make a push to get Enzo to vote out Nicole. And, you know, Enzo is playing like Cody's bitch this year. And that is... I can't believe that's the game he's playing. I'm going to add Brady to the stream.
Yo.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm sitting in bed. You do not want her to be on. It's fine.
Hey, it's all good. So pretty much just Keisha's talking about the Alliance steamrolled the whole show. Christmas was the key to the Alliance because she knew her loyalty to men from her previous season. Yeah, Christmas in Memphis, in my opinion, are the big reasons this Alliance worked because the other four were obviously linked and they figured that out really early on in the season. They figured that out really quickly that those four were linked. But Christmas in Memphis, they had zero idea.
Well, and here's the thing. Is this going to go down as a season where we look back on it and we can applaud the way that this Alliance played, or is this something where we're just going to remember it as being boring, like kind of how we see it now?
I see a lot of people saying it's taken the Big Brother 16 cake as the most boring and predictable. And, I mean, I can't necessarily disagree with that, but is boring and predictable because of great gameplay? Or is it because just everyone else sucked? And
if it weren't for the pregame alliances, would we still have this opinion?
I truly think if the pregame alliance did not exist and, like, you could see it form naturally and they all turned on each other, you know, and all this, the opinion of the show would be completely different. I really think it would be different. But the fact that we had the pregame alliance called out 2 months before the show started, it really hurt it. As Keisha said, boring. Yes. Just because when it becomes predictable, it becomes boring. And that is, unfortunately, you know, I mean, we're left with Tyler now. Tyler is the first person that, you know, they're down to 7. He had to put up people from the committee, and he's the first person to do it. And at least he stuck to his guns and didn't try and get Enzo voted out. Enzo was the only person not in that committee, but my thing is Enzo's a great player, and I'm very, very shocked Enzo didn't vote out Nicole.
And what's interesting is that it feels like everybody thinks that they can beat Enzo. Like he's going to be an easy person to take to Final 3, Final 2, when in reality Enzo is so liked, he could completely pull an upset and win the show.
And that's, yeah. If, like we've been saying since week 1, Tyler or Cody are winning this show. And look, they're in Final 6 now. They're probably going to bounce competitions back to back now. Cody might try and win and knock out Tyler here. And if he fails, they're for sure winning. It's one of them. However, if they succeed in knocking each other out and then Enzo like slides in at the Final 4 and knocks out Cody and then he's sitting there with Christmas in Memphis. Who's to say
Right?
Enzo couldn't win it? No surprises all season. Our only surprise was Devon. She pulled Kevin off the block, and they were forced to put up Ian. that was the big move of the summer.
That's the big move, and it's just so tragic. I mean, we were talking about this, just on Facebook chat earlier, where everyone's prediction was Kevin, David, Danny. Everyone's prediction was those three, and that's exactly how it went tonight. And something as cool as a triple eviction, which to my knowledge, I don't think we've ever seen in Big Brother US, right?
Nope, not in the U.S. It's been done, I believe, twice in Canada, and both times it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, and so it's just disappointing that it's complete chalk. It's just annoying.
Yeah. Is there anyone of the 6 left that you're rooting for, or do you just not care? Keisha and I kind of agreed we kind of like Tyler a little more.
Yeah, Tyler deserved to win his original season, so that's one reason where it's like, okay, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Keisha saying Enzo is a cheerleader. Yeah, I mean, he's Cody's yes man. That is the only reason he didn't vote out Nicole. Because if Enzo, I mean, let's be honest, they might have linked naturally in the game early on. That I would believe. But if they were pre-gamed, I wouldn't doubt it. Knowing Cody, clearly Cody, he set this thing up perfectly. And there's no denying that. Whether you like him or not, he set it up perfectly how he could navigate this house outside before he got in.
Yeah.
The fact that Cody hasn't been targeted is insanity. It's insane. He's been the biggest target since night 1.
Yeah, and it's gonna end up being they're gonna be in final 5, and they're gonna be like, oh shit, Tyler and Cody are still here. We're screwed.
If it goes to plan, it's gonna be like, let's say they get Christmas out this week, since Danny was saying on the show to Nicole, get Christmas out. So I mean that's perfect for Nicole. She's with the 4 guys. You got Nicole, Memphis, Enzo, Tyler, Cody. Are you kidding me?
I mean,
you put yourself in a final 5, Memphis. You put yourself in a final 5 with Tyler and Cody, Enzo.
And hey, listen,
are you
maybe
kidding me?
This is the unpopular opinion though, but I just hate having bad winners and bad people in final 2. I'd be totally fine if they dump Christmas now, because she's completely useless as far as the game goes. She's not entertaining at all on TV. The only thing that CBS can do with her is just give her something so they can put some damn jingle bells over her talking. And so I want Christmas gone. I've said this plenty of times already this year on this show, is it for every week that Christmas is still in the house in this All-Star season, I cry a little bit, because everybody that's gone, with the exception of a few people, have been better players than Christmas. She just aligned with the right.
And they got to be scared of her on the outside, because she might drive a car into you. So
that is true.
You got to keep that in the back of your mind too. It's just, I don't want to lose my train of thought. I do think we're gonna have a good winner, in the sense of a good game player. It's going to be a guy. We've known that for weeks, though. Christmas or Nicole, they're not winning. It's not going to happen. It's going to be Memphis, Enzo, Tyler, or Cody. All 4 of them can make a case for a good winner. The only bad thing about, they all have their bad parts about it too. I think Enzo would feel like the most natural, because I do not think Enzo, he clearly wasn't contacted to be in this committee. But, everyone went in knowing someone. That's the reality of it. And if that only guy he knew was Cody, he knew the right guy. It's just, I hope Enzo doesn't make the mistake of season 12 where he went to the end with Lane and Hayden and realized, oh shit, look where I'm at. And then this year he goes to the end with, Cody and Tyler. And he's like, oh no, what have I done? He's playing the same game.
Yeah. And I think something that's telling, though, is Cody is not going to take the wrong person again. Cody would take Enzo to the finals. He would take Memphis to the finals. He'd take anyone over Tyler this year.
I think Cody's goal is bringing Nicole, because no one's going to vote for a winner twice.
Yeah.
But Cody has the final 2s with everyone. And I don't know. I don't see a path where Cody doesn't win this show, unless Tyler cuts him at the final 3. That's the only path I see.
I can see that, and we get like a super boring like Tyler and Enzo with Tyler wiping the floor with Enzo or something.
What would the jury votes be between Memphis and Cody? I'd say 7-2 Cody. I think
Yeah,
he
Cody's at least a likable human being. Other than that stunt, that BS that he pulled with David the other day. I don't
and
know if you
Dave
touched
and
on that
yeah,
before I
look
got
at
in here.
that's a horrible spot for David. He dislikes them both. Memphis,
Yeah.
God, I touched on it at the beginning a little bit, but that was before my mic was on, so I got to go cut like 4 minutes. Appreciate you letting me know that, Keisha.
Oh god.
Memphis cheering that David got evicted? What that? Are you serious, dude? He hasn't won. He's never won in Big Brother. He won a secret power in the dark. That's what David
Also,
won.
yeah, I mean, David's you got to play the jury votes.
Yeah. Cody might need to bring Memphis. I think the only people that vote against Cody in this scenario, though, Keisha, are Kevin. Kevin really doesn't like Cody after this week. And Danny's probably feels pretty betrayed by Cody right now. I'd have to do a little more digging. Maybe Ian probably would be upset at him, too, because they were in an alliance. You know what? Memphis could win that.
Ian's a super fan, though. Ian is someone that is going to vote for the most deserving person.
Yeah, maybe in his eyes, it is Memphis because he was the only old guy that strangled all the way through it. You could consider Enzo too, but Enzo was against them from the beginning. And people that weren't in the committees, they didn't see that Memphis was even with them, like at all. In their eyes, Memphis was with the old people and somehow lived it out. I say the old people.
Yeah, and
old
notice,
school Big Brother is what I mean.
whereas these new school people would have been so salty that their friends were actually with someone else, whereas Kaser and Janelle were like, you know what? Great job by Memphis. We had no idea, and we got screwed.
Holy, I can go full screen on StreamYard now. Are you kidding me?
Interesting.
Where has this been? That could have saved my eyes for hours on end. Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting.
So anyway, as far as who's right now, who's the best winner, who's the worst winner? As far as you could go most deserving or just kind of morally, like who are you rooting for? Whatever you want to say.
I think Tyler's the best.
And let's be honest, there's no way Christmas is winning. I guess there's a situation where Nicole could win. It would be kind of weird, but
Nicole winning that probably would be the worst.
If Nicole tore through some comps, because she absolutely could dominate some of these comps.
Yeah, she's at a big 0 right now, which is funny. She's 1-0. I wanted to pull this up. I don't know if you can see this, but Brady, you are officially out of the running. Your entire team has been eliminated. What's funny is we went into the night. Everyone had 2 people eliminated after Kevin went out. So it was even. It was straight even. And then David and Danny go back to back, and you're at 0.
And I'm done. You know what, man? It is what it is. I'm used to it. My softball team lost 21-1 tonight, so.
Ouch, man.
It is what it is.
Hey, man,
we're in the league with nothing but ex-D1 softball players that literally get paid to play softball. We talked with the team after that we faced that beat us, and they're playing this weekend for $25,000 in Vieira in a softball tournament. So.
And meanwhile, you got them going on. That's, jeez. You finished with 15 competition points. I mean, to be fair, we weren't drafting based on competition, but you think with Danny, you would have won more, but Danny stunk this year.
Yeah, I mean, I picked people that I thought would float through and be likable and get far in the game. That was my strategy, but...
And Nicole A going second is immediately like, whoa, how did that happen? Keisha saying Nicole is the worst. So nobody's going to talk about CBS screwed up, showing them it was a triple. Yeah, they totally didn't mean to do that, because... Julie was like, let's keep them in the dark a little longer. And meanwhile, Memphis is like, does that say triple? And you see Cody freaking out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was a pretty big goof on the screen.
I mean, but I saw them saying that CBS gave them a giant hint that it would be a triple eviction earlier on in the week.
Will was saying, don't think 1 step, 2 step, think 3 steps ahead. Why would you tip them? Why would you
Oh.
say that? But
Yeah, that's
what I did like is they went into the night, and Julie said, this is only a double eviction. And then before they were going to do the votes, that popped up.
okay.
But still, it was pretty shocking, to say the least. Yeah. The season is guaranteed that they probably won't do another All-Stars.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to run it back and do none of the current people, who could you possibly have on there that would accept?
Yeah, I mean, considering Paul, Dan, Derek all declined, I mean,
What we gonna get a Frankie run back?
Yeah, right. I mean, that's tough. That is a tough spot that they put themselves in.
Well, let's go off track a little bit, Charlie. How's Love Island this year?
Love Island, I caught a couple episodes. Justine and Caleb ended up winning the show, which they were so likable. Justine is amazing. And, I mean, hey, for some reason I was more invested in Love Island than this show, and I don't know why. That's where
Hey, man, I think it's up your alley. I think you like that stuff.
Okay, serious question. Do you think they can ever have the show's original integrity with the wall yellers and drones? Do you think they can ever?
Here's why they will never have the integrity, and it's not because of the wall yellers and the drones. It's because people are too scared to actually make big moves and piss people off outside of the house. With social media the way that it is now, you could never play the game now like Evil Dick did. Even
No.
Josh, just a few years ago, with the way that Josh played, Josh would have been like literally murdered if it was such a big Twitter presence. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you just can't. Everyone is playing for America's favorite player instead of winning the game, and they're just hoping that they win the game.
Hey, James.
Weird.
Hey, James from 17 and 18. He hid in trash cans for 2 straight years for America's favorite, but everyone turned on him the second year. Love Island was enjoyable. It was. The ratings weren't good, though, so hopefully they bring it back, but you never know with CBS. CBS All Access is getting revamped. Rumors are that they're bringing in the winter that it's either going to be another Over the Top or it's going to be like a returnee season. Maybe CBS has a lot to fill. They're running out of programming, with the pandemic. So there are rumors of another Big Brother season in the winter. If it's all returnees, I can't imagine what they'd put out. It would be a disaster.
I think they should do another season of Amazing Race where they risk getting stuck in countries because of COVID.
That would be an extra, obstacle in the road. A road course obstacle that you'd have to deal with.
They look, and now we're checking in on Dan and Kelsey. They're sitting there. They're stuck at the airport. All the other teams got flights an hour earlier, and then they closed down the country. We're stuck here.
Yeah. I'm very patchy in the beard right now.
Charlie, if you were to go on a reality TV show other than Big Brother, what would it be? What would be your show?
Hey, man. Now, I always thought something like they don't really do the Real World anymore, do they?
No.
One of those like MTV. Maybe Floribama Shore. I don't know. It'd have to be something where someone like me
Floribama Shore. Come on, dude. You're gonna set the standard higher than that.
So I'm not getting on Survivor. Like I'm not getting on anything like that. There's no way.
Bro, I could not see you on Survivor. I think you'd hate it.
That would not happen.
Dude, you and me are
Probably
going
one
on
of those
Amazing
weird
Race.
MTV shows that they follow someone around like trying to do some crazy stuff. I don't know.
Bro, I think that. Do you remember that show Next on MTV from years ago?
Don't think I do.
Dude, they used to like bus in like all these dudes on a bus, and then like the woman would be standing there outside the bus, and the dude would take like 2 steps down, like the door would open, they'd start walking down, she'd be like next, and he'd just have to turn around and get back on the bus.
You know what, Brady? I know what show I'd do.
Okay.
The Circle. I think I'd be awesome at that show.
Okay.
Yep, The Circle.
Hey man,
Season 1 on Netflix. If you guys have not seen that, and you like Big Brother, obviously if you're 25 minutes into this, you like Big Brother. The Circle is so damn good that just watch it. It that's everything you like about Big Brother in a different format, and it's really fun.
I'd want to do the show Solitary. You ever see that, Charlie?
Oh God.
I think they only had one season, but it was brutal, dude. People got locked up in pods for like 2 weeks, and they signed up to be tortured.
Just watch the reality show with Bear Grylls. Very interesting. That is an interesting dude.
I like Bear Grylls. He's cool.
Keisha said Circle was dope. Yeah, that show. Brady, have you had a chance to watch The Circle by chance?
I have not. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, so it's like everything is. So they can't actually see each other. It's all through this app or something. It's a TV screen called The Circle. And just the way that they have to speak to each other, and you can be a catfish in that show. You can be someone you're not. That's the MTV.
Oh, so it's like so it's like that MTV show that Love Is Blind. So you're saying where you got to decide to marry each other off of internet.
I mean, I don't know if they're marrying, but they are voting for a winner and the most likable. And the way that they do it is really cool. All I know is I kept seeing people talk about Love Island or The Circle UK, and I'm like, oh God, is this another one of those weird shows that I'm not gonna care about? I saw it was on Netflix. I was like, all right, let's pop it on. Next thing I know, I'm 4 episodes deep, and I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Speaking of reality shows, well, I guess not a reality show, it's a game show, but The Weakest Link is back, and my favorite podcast, the Around the NFL podcast, their producer, Erica, was on the show last night, so I need to catch up and go watch it.
Okay. Speaking of The Weakest Link, Adam Gase is still a head coach. No.
Yeah, and Doc Rivers is coaching Joel Embiid. Fat Joel Embiid.
Fat. All right.
All right. We're at 29 minutes and 51 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to have to cut that at the beginning. Thank you for helping me again with that, Keisha. I appreciate it. And thanks for hanging out. And Carissa Talks Too Much, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah, man.
We shall be back definitely for the finale. Can't guarantee anything before that, but the finale.
Yeah, these weeks that have just gone as expected, and it's just you guys hopefully understand. There's not much for us to talk about. Why get on here and just complain for 30 straight minutes about something that we just knew was going to happen? And exactly. So that's the reason why we haven't gone live every week. I mean, I've been watching. A couple weeks ago, Charlie was busy at like a wedding, and so it was one of those, like, I watched it and there wasn't really anything of note, and then I'm not going to get on there just to talk for 10 minutes about who won HOH and be like, oh yeah, it's another something.
Another committee
Amazing
member
Race
has
32.
won.
Dude, Charlie, that would be our show, bro.
You think?
Dude, but here's the thing. I'd have to do all the crazy. I have to do all the crazy stunts probably. So that means you got to eat all the nasty shit.
Amen.
Are you willing to eat a squid eyeball to advance to the next
I can eat
stage?
A squid eyeball. I'm not eating kale. That's where I draw the line.
That's where you cut the.
And there shall be no kale consumption on my show. All right, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back when it's Cody, Tyler, and Memphis in the final 3, and we are in disbelief about the season.
No, when it's Cody and Christmas in final 2. Let's go.
NHL draft next week. Football's back. Baseball's in the playoffs. The Lakers are going to sweep the Heat. It's all good stuff.
All right.
All right.
Make sure to like and subscribe, people, and click that little bell so you know when we go live. And till next time, peace.
Adios.